Igbo, but my bloodline is Igbo.
Your bloodline is not Igbo.
Okay, so what is
your DNA is Igbo for a fact. That's what you're showing me. I'm not arguing on based off your DNA, your genetics, or whatever.
No, wait a minute.
But your bloodline is not Igbo. My bloodline is Igbo.
Zoe, can I ask a question, please?
No, hold on, wait. So what is my bloodline then?
Your bloodline is African American, or both of your parents African American or not? I don't know exactly if you're a mixed or something.
One of my parents is Afro-Creole, one of my parents is African American.
I don't know too much about Afro-Creole people, so I can't speak on that.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So, if my people descend from Igbos, and that's my bloodline, that's where my ancestors came from, when did my bloodline stop being Igbo?
Your bloodline stopped being Igbo for over hundreds and hundreds of years. That's when it stopped.
Hundreds and hundreds of years?
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes.
So, do you view African Americans as Africans?
Me, I view you. Yeah, you're asking me, right?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Okay, I view African Americans as African Americans.
Okay, so
we're done. Wait. Hold on.
Wait, no, hold on, CJ, hold on.
Because you guys are talking about DNA, right? If you want to go based off DNA.
Please. Can I do this?
No, wait, I just got one question for her, and then you can go, okay? I just got one question for her. So, Nena, question. What continent am I indigenous to?
America.
You are indigenous to America.
Oh my God. This is why I'm saying this shit is dumb as fuck.
She is so ignorant.
No.
She knows our ancestors were taken. She knows why
we know all of that.
She's still saying stuff like that.
You guys are indigenous to America. Let me finish. Let me finish. No. Because
everyone mute. So I'm gonna ask this again.
Let me finish. Let me finish my statement.
No.
Yes, let me finish because I wasn't done.
Mute. I'm the host. Mute. So I'm gonna ask this question again. Where am I indigenous to? Because I'm not indigenous American. So now you're saying I'm Native American. I'm not Native American. So where am I? If I'm not Native American, what am I? Because I know I'm African, but I'm not Native American. But you're telling me I'm Native American. So where am I indigenous to?
No, I'm not telling you you're Native American. You have forgotten. There are people who immigrated to America. So you guys are the very first Black people who stepped foot into this country, correct or not? So in retrospect to all of the Black subgroups in America, you guys would be claimed to be indigenous. You guys would be the indigenous Black people in America in comparison to all the Africans and the Caribbeans and all the other different types of Black people who are currently living in America.
Wait.
Now please go.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. One question. So
please.
Do you hold on, CJ? Wait, because this is crazy. So
let me go after TJ.
Wait, hold on. So are you saying I'm just as indigenous as an indigenous American? Because that doesn't make sense.
You said what?
Are you telling me I am just as indigenous as a Native American? Because that does not make sense.
We know the history. We know how everything has happened. What I'm telling you is that you're telling me that you're Igbo based off your DNA ancestry.
So
being Igbo,
indigenous to Africa.
Being Igbo.
Mute. Mods, do your job. Start muting people. So
it's not about DNA tests. That's what I'm
saying. Zoe, super mod me because you don't have me super modded.
Okay.
I can't mute her. I was trying to.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
I can't mute her. I was trying to.
Mute this lady, so I can speak. So this is what I'm gonna say. If my bloodline goes back to an indigenous group in West Africa, indigenous to Nigeria, how does that make me indigenous to America? Because that doesn't make sense. If I am indigenous to Nigeria and I can trace it back to Africa, how am I indigenous to America? That's not how that works. Not only are you erasing the indigenous peoples of this country that was already here, the indigenous Americans, the indigenous native peoples that were here before the slave trade, you're also erasing indigenous Africans from their own heritage. So not only are you erasing one group, but you're erasing two groups because you don't want to accept somebody. Guess what, friend?
You have African American heritage that has been lost. So what are you talking about?
Where do we come from?
Where do we come from?
Where do we come from? Everybody knows, right? That means white people come from Africa, right?
No, okay. Let me do this.
No. That's where y'all want to take it, right?
Please,
No, that's where y'all want to take it.
Please.
People, everybody originate. Everyone started.
What cultural? Wait.
Mods, do your job.
What cultural ties do white people, modern day white people, have to West and Central Africa? Because humanity did not start in West and Central Africa. It actually started in the Horn of Africa. We are West and Central Africans. So if you want to go down that thought train, white people will technically be East African, which we know they're not. So what cultural ties do white people have to Africa? What cultural ties do they have?
I said specifically West Africa. I said Africa.
And you don't even know what argument you're presenting. That's the all common ancestors that we all have. That's the one common ancestor that was in East Africa. White people in Europe then diverged from that common ancestor, and that's where we all come from.
One second. Hey, the likes are gonna be off until we get to 5,000 or 6,000. Actually, I would like to have an indigenous person up here so we can have this conversation, because I think this is actually really sad that you're willing to erase indigenous Americans' heritage and history just to deny us our African heritage. So
I can go and get an indigenous person.
You're claiming something based on your.
I can get an indigenous person.
Okay. Can I please go? So since we got that out the way, that white people aren't indigenous to Africa, you know what I'm saying? And you're talking about and then we also have cultural ties to Africa. Would you disagree with that? Hello?
Nina, you can talk.
Repeat that last part for some reason.
Do modern day the difference between modern day white people and modern day African Americans? Hold up. Somebody has playback.
You got an echo. Nina, are you recording?
Yep.
Nina, are you recording?
Clock that T.
But question.
I'm not recording. My Bluetooth is off. I don't know why it's echoing.
Do modern day African Americans have cultural ties to West and Central Africa?
Our family, I'm gonna drop you so I can make room for at least one indigenous person that wants to come in here. So
that is my question.
I've requested.
Hello? Somebody went ghost? Hello?
No, it's echoing. So I'm trying to keep up with what y'all are saying. You said something about our African Americans have cultural ties to Africa. Is that what you said?
Yes.
To a certain extent, yes. No doubt about that.
Do modern day white people have those same cultural ties?
No.
There you go.
Like, you answered your own question. I honestly find it disrespectful when I see fellow African descendants try and tell African Americans that they are not African.
You're not
simply
African.
Because
girl,
shut the hell up.
Hold on. So any indigenous people, any indigenous Americans, would you like to come on the panel? Because this is very sad that we have a person denying my indigeneity to the continent of Africa. They're denying my indigeneity.
There's someone in here saying Ramona.
That's all I'm saying. You have the DNA. I'm not challenging on that. But in 2024, you are in the midst with people.
Bitch, why are you over here talking over me and I'm over here talking? Anywho, any indigenous Americans, if you want to come up here and say what you have to say, please come up here. Please. We need y'all perspective on this.
I just requested Ramona to come up because Ramona said we are natives. We natives are not African American or African.
Ramona, any one of y'all that are indigenous to the Americas.
Can I ask a question?
And plus, America as a concept didn't exist in 1776 like the United States.
And Valentina, how are you? Thank you for coming in my live. I appreciate the information you gave me last night about Igbo heritage and my Igbo history. We have a fellow Igbo up here telling.
Thank you. You're welcome.
We have a fellow Igbo up here telling me that I am not descendant of indigenous West Africans.
No, I said your descent. I said you are not an African, but you have the DNA. That's what I said.
What?
Those are two different things. Those are two different things.
Question. No.
Wow.
Everyone mute. So Valentina, this is what she said. She told me, I asked her, I said, where am I indigenous to? She said, you're indigenous to America, which is not true because I'm not Native American. So not only is she erasing Native Americans, but she's erasing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You're indigenous to Africa.
That's what I thought. So,
And even that, we're also not culturally, we don't have any cultural connections to indigenous people either. We often talk about, and historians often talk about, how it's astonishing how over 400 years we have kept our African traditions and practices, or we've kept them in some way, shape, or form for over 400 years with no direct, like without being in the continent of Africa. So it's really a slap in the face to those 400 generations of people that were keeping us alive and keeping our culture alive and keeping your culture alive, especially since a lot of African Americans are of Nigerian descent. It's kind of crazy as hell coming out of your mouth for you to say this stuff. And I'm trying to get another fellow African or indigenous person in here to clock your tea because you sound crazy as
an
hell.
indigenous person to come up again. If you are indigenous,
Understand why she said, and Nena, I want to understand why you said what you said.
What part are you trying to understand? Because they're not listening and they're not letting me finish, and they keep muting my mic. That's a problem.
I just got on, okay, and I want to understand why you said what you said.
So I was trying to tell
me
the
now.
host. He said he's African, right? He said,
I'm not a he.
"Oh, excuse me." He said that he's African.
I'm not a he.
Oh, you said you're she or he?
I'm not. Hold on, everyone mute. Bitch, open your ears. I'm not a he. Go ahead.
Don't call me a bitch. You can correct me without calling me a bitch. Thank you very much.
Bitch, don't call me a he.
Don't call me a bitch.
Don't call me a he.
So what I was saying was, she said she's African, right? And I said, you're saying you're African solely based off of your DNA test. And I was saying that it's 2024. You have people who are immigrating to America who have the bloodline, who don't only have the ancestry. So for you to call yourself an African is inaccurate. You can't say African. If you say African American, that's not debatable. But they're over here trying to challenge me and say, oh no, but I'm 30% this, I'm 22%, 22.76. Like, no, it's you are descent of Africans, which is a fact. But you yourself, you're not an African. And they want to argue
Hear yourself?
for nothing.
So I'm
Honey, they listen.
It's
They are Africans, okay? Yeah. I think I understand your point, but they are Africans.
So
I believe that black
I'm gonna
people
ask this question again, Nina. I'm gonna ask this question again. I want everyone to hear
in
this.
America have the African descent.
Since the 75 people
They have the Afrocentric. They have the Afrocentric everything. You understand that slavery was done in Africa.
Of course.
I can understand that.
Wait,
Why
hold
is it so
on.
difficult to understand?
Let me speak.
There's nothing difficult for me to understand.
African Americans was
Being
a kind
African
of
descent
name.
is not the same as
Hold
being
on,
an
wait,
African.
y'all. Hold on, wait, y'all.
So I'm gonna ask this question again. Nina.
Valentina, you know that.
Nina. Okay, so here's the thing. If you gonna be in my motherfucking live, you gonna respect me as the host and not talk, Nina. Okay. So Nina, I'm going to ask this question again. Where am I indigenous to? Since there's 74 people in here, Nina, unmute and tell me where I'm indigenous to.
Let me get my charger. My phone is on 2.
Just say where I'm indigenous to. What continent?
Continent. You're indigenous to Africa. That's what you want me to say, right?
Now we're good.
But you're not African, my dear. You're not African.
No.
You're not African. You're not African.
You can go now.
Question.
But no,
Y'all want to keep asking me?
she's done. She can go now because she did all of that shit.
No, it's stupid. It's really stupid because, like I said, the whole African. It's in the name.
I'm gonna say this again. I'm not a he. If you do it wrong one more time, not only I'm gonna block you, but I'm gonna find a picture of your mama and I'm gonna put it on this bitch.
Respect.
But
I want everybody to notice this was because I had a conversation with this woman in the comment section of a video where it was showing how African Americans and West and Central Africans look alike. And I made the point that African Americans, we're always going to look like who our ancestors were because that's where we descend from. She proceeds to say this. This is what she proceeds to say when I said that we're going to always look like our ancestors. The ancestors you've never seen before, you guys look like your forefathers from 100 years back, not the time before then. Are you dumb? Are you fucking dumb?
Somebody in the comments said, "Do you want to be West African?"
That is too much.
So here's the thing: African Americans are West.
That is too much.
So somebody said, "Do you want to be West?"
Let me say something.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me say something. I don't even, when I see black people in America, I don't consider them African American. I just call them Africans. I believe they are all Africans.
Because at the end of the day, we're all my ethnicity at the end of the day, but my ethnicity is also Afro-Creole. But at the end of the day, I'm still African. But my ethnicity is also Afro-Creole. But at the end of the day, I'm still.
when you see.
Somebody has an echo. Hold on.
Sorry, let me mute myself.
Somebody has an echo. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed. Let me finish my sentence. Okay. We are African. Somebody asked, do you want to be African American or West African? African Americans are West African. We are descendant of indigenous West Africans. We are indigenous to West Africa. You can simultaneously be both. My ancestors, CJ.
My bad.
My ancestors come from West Africa on all sides of my family. My dad's side, they came from West Africa. My mom's side, they came from West Africa. My grandmother's side, they came from West Africa. We can't sit up here and act like you can't be multiple things at once. There's multiple ethnicities within the African diaspora, right? And then on top of that, there are people who have multiple ethnicities and multiple ethnic groups that they descend from. So you can be gang, we don't care. So get the fuck out of my... You know what? What you look like? What you look like?
I could definitely.
What you look like? Hey, somebody give me somebody give me a screenshot of Gerald Lewis Charles.
Sister.
Give me a screenshot of Gerald Lewis Charles so I can put him in the background.
Can I just wanted to add something or like respond to that last person that got kicked off. That I felt like the tropes or like the narrative she was using was like negative, and it actually adds to the purpose of the colonizers' intention of erasure. And I don't claim myself as indigenous because right now I notice within indigenous, or like when it comes down to the tribes in Americas, it's a very split.
Gang, we don't care.
I'm
turn your camera on, punk ass bitch. That's why your mama pussy stank, hoe. Fuck you, you punk ass nigga.
I can turn on
Oh,
my
let me big box real quick. Let me big box real quick. And this is what it changed it
I'm
to.
gonna restart the live. So when I restart the live, okay, there we go. I'm not gonna restart it. So let's see.
Did you hear me, sister?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is him.
Now, Gerald, let me tell you something, Gerald. Since you talk about we don't care, boy, what the fuck is wrong with your motherfucking face, bitch? What's going on?
Hey.
Punk ass.
Probably little cousin.
So what I wanted to say, I noticed a
When we
parallel.
were speaking this morning,
I'm sorry.
when we were speaking this morning, I told you something.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
When we were speaking this morning, I told you something. I told you something dark, and I also told you something nice about the people here as well. You remember?
Yes.
So you have to understand things like that will always happen.
No,
That was why I told you that it's not always peaches and roses
and I understand.
here.
And
There's some kind of ingrained.
with me trying to reconnect back to like that, the whole reason I talk about these topics, because one, I love genealogy. I love to talk about my genealogy. I've always been fascinated with understanding who I am ethnically and who my ancestors were. And my whole purpose for this is to connect back to my African ancestors. And if I have any other ancestors that I feel the need to connect to, or they want me to connect to them, I'm going to do it. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing these things with y'all. To tell me I'm not indigenous to Africa is not only erasure of indigenous, because not, I don't know if y'all was here. For all the new people, we had a lady, an Igbo lady, come up here and say that I am indigenous to America, and that is not the truth. Yes, I have indigenous American ancestry, but I'm not indigenous to America. I'm not Native American. I wasn't raised Native American. I was raised in a very African household, in an African American household. I was raised understanding my Africanisms and my African ancestors and different things like that. But I'm not indigenous to America, and you can't make me indigenous to America. You know why? 76%, bitch. Bitch.
Sister, it's almost like if like, and for a kind of explanation to people that are struggling to understand the concept, it's almost as like if you are from Nigeria, right? Because that's where she was from, and you migrate to America for whatever reason, whether your country was destabilized by the United States or anything of that nature.
Yes.
And your kids grow up and they are here and they tell someone that they are Nigerian, and someone from the continent of Nigeria is like, you're not Nigerian because you are on the continent. Why are you trying to strip people of their identity because of something that they could not control?
Exactly.
Something that they went through that they could not control. They had no part in the fact that they were captured and enslaved. Like,
Yeah,
what's
they're blaming them for their
No,
for
hold
being
on.
displaced.
Nina keeps saying you have. So I'm gonna download the recording of this live, and then I'm gonna post it. Nina, since you want to lie, I'm gonna download the recording of this live, and then I'm gonna post it, and then I'm going to embarrass you.
So Nina, you said. So Nina, you said that we have the bloodline, but we are not Africans because we do not have the Jay, because we do not have the culture. And I told you that is quite the opposite. Historians are actually astonished on how well we held on to our West African culture.
Exactly.
Hold on. So now she's changing it up. Now she's saying I don't have the bloodline. So I'm gonna put my DNA test back up.
This is dense. Do you know? And I just want to say this because I've been pretty silent. Do you know how many times I've got mistaken from actual continental Africans? I've gotten mistaken for being multiple different African ethnicities because of how I look.
Facts.
Like, can we be so fucking for real right now?
Me and Jay look like.
Can I add something to the conversation?
I've gotten all of this. Wait, I'm not finished.
Okay.
I've gotten all of these things by actual continental Africans. You can't sit up here and tell me that, oh, you don't look like your ancestors. I got my ancestors' face all up in my features. You can't tell me shit about the way that I look. And as a Gullah Geechee person, I want for her to go up to our matriarch, Queen Quet, and go up to her and say that we're not African, and see that she laughs in her face.
Hey, so this is what I'm gonna do. Somebody got to drop. I'm gonna let Nana back up since she wanna embarrass herself some more. Hey, everybody record. Somebody drop so Nana could come back up.
My name is Nena.
Zoe, or you can just change the layout and it give you 2 extra spots.
Nena.
Yeah. So I can help
You hear
them
me, Zoe?
Her name is Nena.
Okay, hold on. One at a time. Who said my name?
I've never heard this before.
Okay.
He said your name.
I've never heard this before.
Okay, so let somebody drop. I'm gonna drop. Hold on, I'm gonna do any, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger, not it. All right, Thick Turtle, you gotta go. Why is your name Thick Turtle?
Well, if you want to change
I will drop.
I wanted
drop
to
for her
stay
to
on
come
so
in.
I can help Nana understand how harmful her narrative is,
Okay.
like her perspective as a person who also has been displaced.
I'm going to drop, guys.
Okay, thank you, Valentina, for coming.
Sister, you know you could change the layout,
Well,
right?
hold on, Valentina. They asking you to stay. Okay, so
That's what I'm saying. So if you change the layout, it give you 2 extra spaces.
all right, hold on, Valentina.
Yeah,
you
just
could come.
change the
You could
layout.
come back. How the fuck do I? Hey, hold on. Ooh, okay. Everyone mute. Everyone mute. I need 20 seconds. I'm very neurodivergent. I'm getting overwhelmed. Okay, everyone mute. Let me figure this out. All right. Wait, that's not okay. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, Valentina, come back up, please, so we can have everybody on here. So Valentina,
Piece. Reason why I came up here. To say African Americans are African is not only scientifically and historically incorrect, but the term African American itself, which was created in the 1700s, was to amplify how African we were. We didn't just come with that out the blue, and it didn't mean that African Americans are no longer African. It's the whole point. Africans in America, African American. Like I don't get the talking point she had, and then talking about something you don't have the bloodline while showing DNA that has the bloodline.
No.
So
Yes.
Nena, I got a question,
Yes.
right? So, what culture would you? Since I'm not indigenous to Africa, what indigenous culture should I reconnect to?
What's your highest percentage?
Nigeria, Igbo.
33.4%. If you want to, you can connect to that if you would like.
Okay, so then I'm in. Yeah.
Now what?
So what else now?
That's it. What else you want me to say? It's like you wanted me to say something else.
I just wanted to
You just
know.
asked me which. You asked me for my opinion, right? You asked me which of the following should you reconnect with.
Nana, you hear Igbo? Do you hear Igbo?
You said what?
Do you hear Igbo, Nana?
A little bit.
Do you hear Igbo?
Little bit, not much.
Nena, what I'm saying, what my point is, you told me I'm not indigenous to Africa. Then you told me I'm indigenous to America. Then you said I don't have the bloodline. Now you're saying I do have the bloodline.
No, I didn't say you have the bloodline.
No.
Okay,
the
Nana,
girl was giving an example about if my children were born in America.
You're not gonna cut me off. That's what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna cut me off. That's what you're not gonna do.
Then why did you request me to come back up?
Girl, what the fuck you? So tell me what the fuck I should do then.
Zoe, let me ask her something.
Yeah.
Did you take a DNA test? Cause how you know if you
Clock it, Nikki.
what?
Right, you could be Yoruba and don't even know.
clock it.
You could be, you know, those people. I mean, a lot of those tribes were nomads, so they moved all around Central Africa. So you can be just as Igbo as Zoe. So you don't know if you're 100% Igbo, and you just told the other lady that you don't speak the native
I'm
language.
100% Igbo.
Hold on.
How
My
you know
father
you're
is
100%
Igbo. My mom
Wait.
is Igbo. My
That
grandma
don't
is
mean
Igbo. My
nothing.
grandma.
That don't mean anything.
Hey,
You have
hold
to do a DNA test.
Wait a minute. I want to point something out. Hold
to
on.
know.
I want to point something out.
Because you don't know if you're a mixture of
Hey,
tribes.
mods, can y'all do your?
You can mute me.
Hey.
You can mute me.
So look, I want to point something out, Nena. We have pretendians in here agreeing with you. People who actively try to erase indigenous people. They're agreeing with you. How does that make you feel, Nena?
I don't know who's agreeing with me, but for whatever reason they're agreeing. They understand what I'm saying. You guys are not understanding
They
what I'm
don't
saying.
understand what you're saying. They
y'all don't want to
understand. They
listen.
have no African
And now y'all are
DNA at
talking
all.
over me. This is what I've been talking about.
Hey, bro. Hey, it's way
So
too
this is what I'm
much.
gonna do. I'm gonna drop everyone so me and Nena can have a conversation because I'm getting
No, you
overstimulated.
don't have to
so
drop them. No,
crazy.
that's fine. You don't have to drop them. If they can just let me talk.
No, because everyone's so Nena, they don't understand what you're saying. These are the same people who are literally telling Africans that they don't have a continent, that they don't have a homeland, that they don't have cultural stuff, and they're agreeing with you because they don't want to be African and they hate
No,
Africans.
it's not that. They have respect. They understand the differences. They understand what I'm saying.
No.
I already told you you have. I told you you have the ancestry. I did. Did I say you don't?
So you're saying a group of people who are actively trying to erase. You're saying a group of people are actively trying to erase the indigenous population of the United States, of North America and South America, understand you and respect you? Are you really
There
saying
were black
that?
people who were already in America. Not all of you are indigenous to Africa. I'm gonna just let y'all know.
Oh, so
all
you're
the black,
pretendian.
all the African Americans are not indigenous to Africa.
So you're
Some
a
were already
pretendian.
in America before
So you're a
the
pretendian.
slavery. So what are you
you're a
talking about?
pretendian. So you're a pretendian.
I'm a pretendian.
All right, this
Right.
is my specialty.
I'm a
This
pretendian.
my specialty.
Okay.
This my specialty.
I've never met a West African pretendian. I'm gonna be real with
Where's
you.
your source? Where's
Why
your
do you
source
think
for this?
some people cannot
Nina,
trace back the ancestry to Africa?
Never met a West African
Because some of them were already in America. What are
Nina,
you
that's
talking
a
about?
lie. Where's your source for the stuff that you're saying? Because that's a lie.
Not a lie.
They can't trace back their stuff because they don't want to. They don't want to.
Okay.
that's not it.
Can
No.
I
Yes,
talk?
it is.
Can I talk?
Let's let CJ talk. Everybody mute. I don't want. If I see one person get off mute, somebody getting dropped.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
you said black people were here before 1492, right? What?
Black people. That's not what I said.
I'm saying you said
specifically.
some. No, you said some. So where?
Yeah, I
where
did say
were we?
some. I did say some.
How do we get here?
Did she leave?
I'm rolling.
That's
I
funny.
want to hear it.
They're not stupid. Man.
Period.
They're not stupid, man. Hold on, she coming
Say
back.
it again. Say it again, Jace.
Man,
This is very
Come back if they come back.
honestly,
Nana, come back, man.
guys.
What I said.
My
what's
question is for Nana.
I didn't drop. I didn't drop.
They're back.
Define
I didn't drop.
Round two.
Hey,
Round two.
hey,
And
Round two.
my
Round
phone's
two.
on 16% too.
Hey,
I didn't drop.
hey, hold on. So here's the rules, right? We're gonna go one at a time. CJ, you and Nana have a conversation. I swear to God, if anybody up here get off mute, you getting dropped, and then I will bring you back up. But so
Okay.
CJ, ask your question again.
How did we get here?
I want to understand why you're asking me that questions when I
Because
already know.
you said we were here. And
Some of you were already in the
I'm saying,
Americas
so
before.
how did we get here? How did we get here?
What do you think? What do you mean? How do we get
we
here? Some of
swim?
y'all
Did we swim?
were there only dark skinned people in
Dark skin
Africa?
does not equal black.
But we know if you're dark skinned, you definitely got black in you, right? Or is that just made up?
No, it's dark skinned Indians. They're not black. They're Asian.
But there are dark skinned black people, right?
Because the reason why they're black is because they have African ancestry.
Okay, so
Oh
thank you
my
for saying what I
God.
just said.
Wait,
The native
wait.
people
Because you
here
just said they
didn't
have African ancestry if they're
hold
black
on,
Indians.
I have a question.
So
I have
thank
a
you for
question.
saying exactly what I said in a
Wait,
different
I
way.
have a question.
Wait, no.
Nana.
Let me keep going.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm saying Indian. When I say Indian, I'm meaning people from India.
Why did y'all mute CJ? Who muted CJ?
Hey, Bert, stop muting me.
Y'all stop muting it's between Nana and CJ.
When I say Indian, I mean people from India. Not all dark skin. Dark skin does not equal black. Like, what are you talking about?
So can I ask a question, Nana? The people from the Sentinel Islands, would you consider them African?
What island?
The Sentinel Islands.
Say it again.
The Sentinel Islands.
I don't know what Sentinel Island is.
It's off the coast of India. They're very dark skinned people that have been there for 70,000 years. The question is no, they're indigenous to Asia.
Okay. So
I don't know anything about them, so I can't even speak on that.
Okay, so can you tell me how we got here? Since you claim that we were here before the slave trade, how did we get here?
Some people were here.
How did some of us get here?
You guys, I'm not talking about y'all. Since you guys are showing me DNA tests and y'all telling me fact by fact, well, 20-some%, this is
Then what
that.
group?
What proof do you have of us being here before the slave? Tell us how we got here.
What I'm saying is not applying to those who have
Just tell us how they got here. Just tell us how they got
what
here.
tribe, what.
Just tell us how they got here.
That's me. You want me to answer?
Because you're not answering the question directly. That's why
no.
Bree,
We're not doing this.
quiet.
We're not
Thank
doing
you.
this. We're not doing this. Bree, mute real quick. Nena, tell us how we got here. Nena, tell us how we got here.
Oh, dang.
Nena, tell us how we got here.
You guys in the group chat, I mean in the live, got here by slave ships, right?
Okay.
Your ancestors specifically, not you.
Can you tell so since you believe that there are people that were here before the slave trade, for the people that you believe were here before the slave trade, tell them how they got here.
Some were already there.
Can you tell them how they got here?
They were already there. That's like saying
how
did white Americans get to America? Because their ancestry goes back to Europe, right?
Can you tell them how they got here?
They probably could have got there on ships before slavery. I don't know the specific details, but everyone does not have African ancestry who is black.
How are you gonna make that claim without fucking evidence? Damn. Like, this shit is annoying, bro.
There's nothing annoying.
Could I go after CJ, sister?
Hey, yeah, well, actually, Thick Turtle said they wanted to go next. So I'm gonna let Thick Turtle. So everybody mute. Let Thick Turtle and Nena speak.
Okay, so I had a question for you before I get to the question. This is kind of running back on what you just said about how they got there on ships. So if they got there on
ships, maybe.
Yeah. If they got there on ships and they're from Africa,
because Pangea, right? Isn't that some of them are already there? They could have walked over to America and then they split.
Wait, you're interrupting me.
Hey, mods, do y'all duty. When people get off mute them.
So if you think that they like walked there or crossed there through Pangea, then talk about the land bridge. But when it comes to the land bridge, that land bridge was connecting from parts of Asia. So like, where from Africa? How else would they get here other than getting on ships?
I just told you. I said, I don't know specifically how every single person who can't trace back the African ancestry, because everyone doesn't even have the results of specifically what tribe and what region of Africa. Some people have said they don't even have results of their ancestry even having Africa. So what are you? So what exactly are y'all trying to say? Every black person.
I have a question. So in your tribe. And I'm going to say in our ethnic group, especially the one that I descend from, in our ethnic group, what story is told about people coming to America prior to the slave trade? What group specifically, what stories were told? Is there any oral history that was passed down talking about that? And I'm specifically asking from a perspective of our ethnic group, Igbo people. What story? Nena, you can speak.
Okay, so you just asked me that question, and my answer is there was no specific story brought to me through my family line about about your question.
Do you know anybody who might know that information?
I mean, they're probably gone now, but growing up, there's no specific story that was told to me about that.
You know what?
If I don't know something, I'm going to say I don't know. That's one thing about me. If I say I don't have the knowledge, I don't have it. But
I respect that. So I want someone to drop, and I want to bring a pretendian up so you can talk to one of them and see how they feel about African people. Would you like to hear that?
Let's do that if you want.
So somebody drop. We're gonna let a pretendian up.
I'll go ahead and drop.
Yeah, go ahead and drop. We're gonna let a pretendian up, and we gonna see these respectful pretendians. That's what we're gonna see. These quote unquote respectful pretendians. So someone go ahead and drop. Thank you.
But also no shade. If it gets too crazy, we're gonna have to start muting because we don't want to get the lights to get taken down. No shade.
Actually,
Yeah.
let's bring two up. Somebody else drop. Nikki, can you drop for me, please?
Hello? What's up?
Now she don't know what she got herself into.
Hold
Lord.
on, y'all. Nikki, can I drop you real quick? I'm gonna let another pretendian up. All right, thank you. All right, so Nena, meet the people that say that they were here before the slave trade, and ask them about their history. Go ahead. No. Conversate with them.
There was a time where all of the continents were connected.
Hey,
There is some
Hey, can I
people who probably
debunk
walked
the
to America who already.
Just wait, debunk. Just wait, real quick.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so this what I want to do. Everybody on mute. Diaz and Rico, talk to Nena. Tell her about your history.
All right, Nana.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing today?
Good. How are
saying,
y'all?
right,
I'll let Rico speak first.
once you guys understand, right, that the whole population of the world was once just black, then you'll get a better understanding that every single last black person is not from Africa and don't have ancestry ties to Africa. Due to the fact that Africans and African Americans are actually two different people. One is a Hamite and one is a Shinmite. Just like it could be two different type of European people, it's definitely two different type of black people. All black people are not the same race, you can say.
So what is Nena? What is Nena?
Nena is a Shemite. She's African American, so-called.
No, Nena's not African American. Nena comes from the continent.
From the continent of Africa?
Yeah, Nena's Igbo.
That's West Africa?
Yeah.
Those people, that tribe in West Africa that came from the transatlantic slave trade was the original Hebrew Israelites.
Nena, you hear that? You're a Hebrew Israelite. You hear that?
I heard what he said.
So
the people that came from the Atlantic slave trade that came here were the same people that were already here. The original language that they spoke was Hebrew. That's why in Christopher Columbus' diary, he said that he had to bring an interpreter that spoke Hebrew when he came here to talk to the indigenous people of this world.
Nena, does that add up? Hold on, don't nobody else come off mute. Nena, does that add up with what you said? Does that add up with your history?
The Hebrew Israelite thing, I've heard debates on it, so I haven't even done my research on that. So I can't talk about that. So with me, like, I give respect. If there's something I don't know, I'm not gonna say, oh, I know, and act like I know, because I don't know. So
let me ask Diaz and Rico a question. Diaz and Rico, who are Hamites? What is
Hamites
Hey, Rico, give me a
Africans.
second. Hey, Rico, give me 1 second to just because I want to back up that claim that you made as far as like you have a tribe in southern Africa called Limba tribe that has genetic ties to the original Hebrew people. They're not connected to Ashkenazi Jews, but they are connected to them by culture. This Limba tribe in South Africa traveled with the Bantu tribe, and when they were traveling during the time of when you would consider these people being sold off into whatever. So you have actual tribes.
Valentina, I'm letting you
actually have genetic ties to Hebrew people in the Middle East that travel with the Bantu into Southern and Western Africa. So I just want to give that claim as far as like some relevance. Second,
hold on. 1 second.
I want to get to the.
Wait, 1 second. 1 second.
Okay.
I gotta say something. So 1 second. This conversation is gonna be between Diaz, Nena, Valentina, and Rico. Nobody else come off mute. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. And that's easily Googleable. Limba and Rimba tribe. They analyzed these people. They had the genetic identifier markers that identified them to Hebrew people and a Y genome, and they had the culture as well. And the Rimba tribe had none of these, but they still travel with them. Second, they're sister tribes. Second, I want to get into the fact that we don't know what groups of people frequented Americas, because the Natchez people had no connection, which were southwestern Mississippian tribes, southeastern tribes. They had no connection to the land bridge and Clovis people. And you can, that's easily Googleable as well. Hernandez de Soto spoke on the people he came into contact with in the southeastern region first of all, their culture was completely different. How they conducted themselves were completely different. You had long houses,
over hundreds
you had
of years.
thatch house. Yeah,
over hundreds of years. Over hundreds of years has changed.
Yeah,
So,
but
so I
and
want
that's
to hold on one second.
Give me one second.
Hold on,
I'm
this is
finished.
my live.
Okay.
Hold on, this is my live. 1 second. So Valentina, can you please go ahead and speak and speak your mind, please? Unmute if you can.
I heard somebody say something about. Yeah, I heard somebody say something about the Igbos and the Hebrew Israelites. There's nothing like that. I'm sorry. I'm Igbo.
Valentina, your connection kind of bad.
I've never left Nigeria. I said we don't have any history of coming from any Hebrew Israelites, whatever. We don't have that history.
He doesn't speak for every Bantu tribe. So, like I said, I gave my information. You can research me, you can fact check me. But my main point was speaking on the black people that were in the Americas. I was just giving credence to his point, which is it is credence if you look into it. The main point is that you have people that were in the Mississippian culture that were considered mound builders. That the Clovis, remember, Clovis were found in Oklahoma, right? The first settlement of Clovis people were found in Oklahoma with their mounds.
Wait, I have a question. Okay. I do have a question. So how do y'all feel for the Hebrew Israelites? How do y'all feel about Hamites? I want Nena to hear this. How do y'all feel about Hamites?
I'm not the type that feed into that narrative. That's not my narrative.
Rico, how you feel about Hamites, Rico?
First of all, Ken, if you can provide, you saying that there's no such thing in Mississippi, please provide that information.
We're sticking to the panel.
Okay.
Rico, unmute. You have 10 seconds to unmute. If you don't unmute, you're getting dropped. Okay. So Nena, everything that they've said.
I didn't even know I was muted. My bad, y'all.
Okay. So Rico, how do you feel about Hamites? Give us your honest opinion, Rico. Who the fuck muted Rico? Why the fuck? Hey, look. Rico, unmute.
Why are you muting me?
I would like to correct that notion, please. We are not Hebrew Israelites. We are Igbo. Okay, I don't like when people say that. We're not Hebrew Israelites.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Valentin. Oh my fucking God. Rico. Unpause.
You don't believe it, bro. If you keep doing that to me, I'm not doing that.
Who the fuck? Hey, y'all, this is a conversation between Diaz, Valentina, Nena, and Rico.
Hey, but it's people on the panel. It's people on the panel calling me a liar. I would like to people to.
Hey, bruh. I'm asking Rico a question. Rico, tell us about the Hamites. God damn.
So the Hamites and the Arabs were the ones who enslaved the West Africans and sold them into slavery because they wasn't the same kind of people. That's why they sold them into slavery. You think they wasn't selling their own people into slavery? They were selling a different type of black people into slavery.
Nena, you hear that? You hear that? He's calling you a Hamite, Nena. He's calling you a Hamite, Nena.
He can say whatever he wants. I know who I am. So, I'm not here to tell people.
Hold on.
On that, or whatever he said, I don't even know what Hamite is. I'm not even going to lie. Like, what is that?
Mr. Rico.
What is that?
Mr. Rico.
Yes.
Mr. Rico, you're talking about the Bible. You're talking about the Bible that was used to enslave people and told people that were Hamites and Shemites. Listen to me. Let me finish making my statement. You're talking about the Bible that was used to tell people they were from descendants that make them to be easy, make it easy for them to indoctrinate the people here. Nobody in this history comes from Hebrew. We are Igbos. We are Africans. There's no such thing in our history. We don't have any such thing like that.
I'm gonna say something. Nena, I brought them up because these are the people that are agreeing with you. Rico, the one that's calling you a Hamite, that's telling you who you are, is the one that you said was respectful and he was agreeing with you.
So what Rico, what specifically did I say that you agree on? I want to know what.
I don't even know where she's from, so I can't call her Hamite.
She's Igbo. Hold on, Nena, tell him where you're from. Nena, tell him where you're from. Tell him who you are.
Yes, I'm originally from Nigeria, specifically Enugu, which is the state in eastern Nigeria. I'm
Nigerians are not Hamites.
I'm full-blooded Igbo, so I'm 100% Igbo.
Nigerians are not Hamites.
Hold on, there's someone in the comments calling Nena a Hamite. So
not Shemites either.
So
we are not those things. This is what the mission. Listen to me. This is what the missionaries used to indoctrinate people and tell them that they were from these places. They were not. This is what they used to indoctrinate Christianity into our people.
Come on now.
We are not Hebrew. We don't have that culture.
I use that language so I could go back as far as we know. I use that language so you can know.
I'm denouncing the language because that language doesn't work for us. We are not Shemites or we are not Edomites or whatever. That is Roman Catholic people.
You gonna step in, Nena?
That is Roman Catholic. That is how the Roman Catholic used to.
Hold on. Did they call them white people? Did they call
Mr.
us
Rico.
Black? Did they call us Arab back in the day?
Mr. Rico. Mr. Rico. That was what the missionaries used to tell people that they were actually from there so that they can tell them about their God with the Bible. We don't know anything about Hebrew Israelite. We're not descendants of any Hebrew. We don't speak Hebrew. Our native language is Igbo. We don't know anything about that. I've never left the country before. I am speaking to you right now. I am speaking to you right now from Nigeria. I mean, Igbo, I've never left before. We don't have that history.
So hold on, guys. Let me say something. So Nena, again, these two people are telling you about your history. Nena, do you know about your Igbo heritage and history? Because they're trying to tell you who you are right now. And these are the people you're saying that respect you.
When I say respect, meaning that they have, I don't know what specifically they agreed about, what I was saying minutes ago, because they weren't even up on the live. So I don't know what specifically.
They were here though. They were in the comments. I
didn't see what they said or what they were agreeing about.
I'm about to explain you what they agreed. The thing that they agree with you on is that that African Americans, all African Americans don't descend from Africans. That's what he's agreeing with you on.
Okay. Who? Rico or
Rico and Diaz? Rico and Diaz are agreeing with you on that. You don't want to talk to them about that? You don't want to bond over that? Why don't you want to bond over that?
I mean, I can bond with whoever wants to bond with me. That's fine.
So talk to Rico and Diaz about that. They want to talk to you. You agree with them, right?
So my point in being is saying that you have different tribes that were here, thousands, millions of tribes, right? And Hernandez de Soto, he's the one that first met the Mississippian tribes. Chief Tuscaloosa was one of the first battles in American history between a foreign power and Native Americans.
Y'all not going far in the back.
But listen though, I just wanna bring her full circle to what I'm saying. This man, Chief Tuscaloosa, was 7'2", bro. During a time that Native Americans should have had no admixture. So why was he 7'2"? My whole point is, bro, you got to question history because these people have given you everything. They've taken and stripped so much from you in West Africa as well. And giving you information that they feel is correct.
This ain't the information
they don't talk about the Black Caribs and St. Vincent. There were 3,000 and reclassified. They were under the Garifuna.
Nena, are you listening? These are the people that agree with you, Nena.
Yes. I'm going to continue to spread that information. That these black tawny people, Jack D. Forbes. But listen, Rico, bro, I'm just trying to. I let you talk, bro. I let you talk. Just let me talk to the panel.
Go ahead, CJ. Go ahead and come in, CJ. And Key. Come on.
So you have
You a Mississippi live.
I don't mind Mississippi and live, man.
What part of Mississippi are you from? I sat up here and let you talk, but I'm sick of this shit. I'm so sick of y'all. I don't know what the fuck to do. I am so sick of y'all. What part of Mississippi are you from? What part of Mississippi are you from? What part of Mississippi? I know you can hear it in my motherfucker. What part of Mississippi are you from? Because you're a liar. You're a liar. The way you even say Natchez, let me know you're a liar. We don't even say Natchez. It's Natchez.
That's what you mad about.
Natchez.
So what did I lie about?
You are not who you say you are. You are a liar. What part of Mississippi are you from?
Can I say something?
That's simple, bro.
Everyone mute. Okay, everyone mute. Mods, do your
job.
Mods, do your job and mute everybody. So look, this is what we're gonna do, right?
Call me out my name, bro.
Hold on. This is what we're gonna do. So can everyone mute, please? Let me talk.
Tell me what I lied about.
All right, you're getting dropped. So here's the thing, right? The reason I'm over here smiling is because I find it funny that Nena tried to tell me I'm not indigenous to Africa, and she said that the people that are agreeing with her are respectful. When you see that these two people are trying to erase her history, we have another Igbo person up here trying to correct them, and Nena still thinks that they are good people. She still believes that there were black people here before the slave trade. Nena,
I definitely think there were some. Like I said before, some people were already here.
Hold on, Nena.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still believe that there were black people here before the slave trade? Because these people are talking about different tribes that you've never heard of. These people are trying to tell you who you are. Nena, come on. Are these your people? Are these the people you fuck with? Are the pretendians the people that you want to be in community with? The same people that are calling you a Hamite? Because some of them are calling you a Hamite in the comments. They talking about other tribes that you ain't never heard. They're trying to tell you that you speak Hebrew. Do you speak Hebrew, Nena?
Nope.
Oh, I never said. Can I talk real? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, bro, you didn't.
What I'm saying is, y'all gotta go back more. Y'all are speaking on things that happened after the Great Reset. If you know anything about history, the Great Reset is when the YTs rewrote their stuff in history. You cannot go with. You gotta go behind the 1900s. You can't.
Bro,
you can't read.
Can I please go?
Hey, let CJ go. CJ been asking for the longest. Let CJ go. CJ been asking for the longest.
Okay, bro. Like I've been hearing all this pseudo like intellectual like nonsense, bro. Basically, what you're saying is that Africans on the continents are Hamites or whatever.
No, I didn't say all Africans on the continent are Hamites.
Okay, so who are the Hamites then?
It's certain ones that are Hamites.
Do you know where the whole concept of the curse of Ham came from?
The people that
do you
were
know,
the original bloodline of Ham. Noah's son, Ham.
Do you understand where the curse
What
of Ham,
did not
the mark
exist?
of Ham?
Noah is a fictional character.
Where do you think
Noah
it
is a
comes
fairy
from?
tale. How do you talk about? You're talking about
what? So if it's not fairy tale, where did the original your first? Hold on.
Hey Rico, you gonna have to mute Rico. You got
Answer the question. Answer the question. Where did the concept of the curse of Ham come from?
You saying the curse of Ham? I'm speaking on the bloodline of Ham.
Where did the whole concept that Africans are Hamites? Where did it come from? Like, answer the question.
The bloodline of Ham, son of Moses.
Where does it come? Who made the ideology?
What do you mean? Who made the ideology? It came from the Bible.
It Christianity. No, it wasn't.
The Bible is not a religion.
All right, I'm about to do Showtime. I'm about to do Showtime. How do I do Showtime?
Mr. Rico.
You don't even have to do that.
No, we're gonna do Showtime. How do I do? Because I want you to speak, Nena.
To do Showtime, you click on Fun Kit. And then it should say live show.
All right, so we're gonna do Showtime, y'all. Y'all ready? Let's go.
The whole curse of Ham.
You got an echo, so go ahead. Go ahead. Speak your piece, Joy.
Oh, I don't gotta go. Yeah.
You got an echo, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Like I said,
speak your piece, Joy.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
You have an echo. So okay. There you go.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, now we can. Come on.
Okay, yeah, no, I had an echo. Yeah, since I'm the one that pretty much sparked this whole discourse because I had to clock her on her ignorance, I'm very proud in my features because I know that I look like my ancestors, and no, not the founding fathers, as you tried to put it disrespectfully. I look like my West and Central African ancestors. I look like my Senegambian ancestors. I look like my Liberian ancestors. I look like my Nigerian ancestors. I look like my Ghanaian ancestors. I look like all of my ancestors.
How do I change the time for Showtime? I wanted to make it a minute each.
Oh yeah, because I ain't even gonna talk too long. Come out here, I don't know how to do it. Bree gonna have to put it in the comments.
So I'm gonna take it off Showtime for a second. In Showtime, okay. So teach me how to do it with 1 minute.
Yeah,
so everybody can get 1 minute.
It should have a time slot
I
in
see it.
there.
I see it. I see it.
Okay.
So this what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give everybody 2 minutes.
Hold on.
I see it. Okay. Hey, somebody got to echo. I'm gonna give everybody 2 minutes, right? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give everyone 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to speak your piece. Okay. So that's what we're doing. All right. So now.
Do I have an echo?
No, you don't have an echo. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Like I was saying, I know the mind.
Now you have an echo. Lord Jesus.
What's going on?
Somebody's recording or something, but go ahead.
It's them Booker. But no, like I was saying, I'm very proud to look like my ancestors, and I'm talking about from the continent. I am very proud to look like my ancestors. Like I really am. And for her to come out her mouth in that comment section and be disrespectful enough to say that I only look like my founding fathers, are you serious? You need to be for real with yourself. Like I explained and like I said earlier, I have had multiple continental African friends, even my best friend being Igbo herself, literally being Igbo herself, thought that I had to be from the continent, straight from the source, bottled at the source. Because we are a part of the diaspora. We're going to look like our ancestors. Yes, I can easily clock an African person. My best friend, I'm gonna see if I can pull up a picture. My best friend, I easily clocked her as a Nigerian person because she has those beautiful features. I can easily clock a South Sudanese person because they have a specific set of beautiful features. Like I always can clock them. You're being disrespectful saying, oh, you don't look like your ancestors, you look like your founding fathers. You're rude, you're disrespectful, and you're ignorant. And that's just what it is. You can skip me. I'm dead.
How do I skip people?
Oh, wait. Do I still have time left?
Yeah, you got 25 seconds left.
Oh, I got 25 seconds? Yeah, I need to show y'all me and my beautiful best friend.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I need to show y'all me.
Lord, it's an echo. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. So the next person gonna be Bree. So Bree, go ahead and do what you gotta do, player.
My picture up here too, because I'm Gullah Geechee as well, and I definitely look like my African descendants. But I just wanted to say that what you said was definitely rooted in you being very much trying to be funny, trying to say that we look like our forefathers, and I just find that crazy because them people raped us, and to try to joke like that was very distasteful and very disrespectful to someone who probably was your ancestor as well. But also you was playing in our face the whole live. You sat here and tried to say that Zoe is not African and stuff because she's on the continent, so she's indigenous to America. That's not how that works. To be indigenous to America means that you came from there, which Zoe did not come from. Like her ancestry did not come from America; it came from Africa. Like we was not there first. There's no sources saying that we were in America first. Even if you look at Black peer-reviewed sources, it's no source that says that we were already here before the slave trade. Every source will actually disagree with everything you're saying. Every single source, Black or white, they all disagree with what you're saying. And you sitting up here agreeing with some idiots who just called you a hematosis, whatever the hell y'all be talking about. I don't understand. Using a white man's religion to push a Black narrative is crazy.
Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Bree. I appreciate Joy and Bree for checking the stupidity. The next one's gonna be CJ. Go ahead, brother CJ.
Justify the reason why we were subjugated to be slaves. So to use that to try to flip it and to try to use that on other like African people, it's just stupid. We had no, in West Africa especially, we had no source of a Bible before 1450.
Hey,
really.
y'all tap the screen or I'm not going to turn these motherfucking comments back on. Get it to 15,000.
Man.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Basically, what I was saying was we had no concept of the Bible. And to the Limba tribe is a anomaly. People really don't know how they have Jewish admixture. And the reason why they're not considered like 100% like Jewish is because they have no matrilineal line to ancient Jewish people. And it's just like, and plus they're from South Africa. We're from West and Central Africa, so that has nothing to do with us. And to the whole point about Pangea, humans didn't exist when Pangea was a continent, was a supercontinent. It's been multiple supercontinents. None of them have been around for humans to be alive for. Pangea was 250 million years ago. Homo sapiens sapiens came around 200,000 years ago. And the whole thing about the first people was black, the whole concept of blackness didn't arise until the 1500s to basically justify the reason why we were slaves. So basically, blackness is a construct. It does not exist on a genetic level. It's literally a social construct that has been used to subjugate people for hundreds of years at this point. So yeah, there's no evidence that we were here before 1492. There's literally no evidence to prove what you're saying. We're not Hebrew Israelites. We're Africans.
We almost 15,000.
The reason why you hear people say we're Israelites is because of it's a misinterpretation of Exodus. So yeah.
We almost to 15,000, y'all. Tap that screen, turn them comments back on.
So hey y'all, just wanted to say, what's see what wants up say, y'all already know what it is. Pisces King 319 home number 901, 24 years young, pronouns he, him, they, them, she, her. Keep it cute, keep it on me. That's a big purr. I'm very black and beautiful. I'm Afro-Caribbean, Afro-American, since we're naming out our sub-ethnic groups. I'm Haitian and Jamaican American. My mother is Haitian American, my father's Jamaican American, and I'm as well as African Americans in my lineage. And I would just like to clock a few things, and just to basically expound a little bit upon what CJ had said earlier. Once we understand race as a social construct, because race, as he just stated earlier, and was correct by saying that it is a social construct that was created by a Portuguese physician by the name of Gomes Inês de Zerara. He had created this social construct to legitimize chattel slavery of Africans. To give a little bit more specific detail, this was after he had witnessed a slave auction in Portugal, which was being brought over by slaves that actually came from Nigeria, to be exact, Lagos, Nigeria. And with that going forward, he created a documentation called Crespo e Nue Negro, which basically goes into impact to him not only first seeing the slaves in the auction, but as well as creating the concept. Also, on top of that, what we know of race is not only going to be determined by skin pigmentation, it is an amalgamation of other types of phenotypic traits, such as hair texture and facial features. So just simply by somebody having dark skin, that does not automatically make them black, because what we know is with the other racial groups that are not black, we also understand that they also have dark skin pigmentations. And also, if we can understand, the correlation and connection when it comes to, African Americans to their African ancestry through not only one, through understanding history, but as well as culture. And just to expound a little bit, for instance, I'm Jamaican. Oftentimes we understand about Jamaican patois. Jamaican patois often has a lot of language, often has a lot of influential language, influence to their language, through the Ghanaian people, the Akai people, to be more specific. Also, when it comes to the Gullah-Geechee people with their language.
All right, sorry that cut you off. Sorry that cut you off. Oh, you got an echo.
Yeah.
Sorry that cut you off. You got an echo, Keith. You got an echo.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Sorry that cut you off. You got an echo. Try it again. All right. They dropped. Wait, why did it skip all the way to turtle? Okay. All right, Valentina, go ahead.
Okay, guys. I'm in Nigeria. I'm Igbo. I'm sick and tired of hearing people say Hebrew Israelites. There's nothing like that in our culture. We're not Hebrew Israelites. That was some kind of joke that the people who came with the Bible used to enslave people and make people believe that is actually where they came from, so that they can indoctrinate people and sell them into slavery. There's nothing like Shemites, Hemites, whatever might. There's nothing like that. Our tradition, we practice ordinal tradition. Our gods are not the same. We don't know anything about the Yahweh God or the biblical God. We have never heard of those things before. Our our people are black, and anytime I see black people that are in foreign countries, I don't consider them as anything different. When I see somebody that is from any other race, so long as they are black, I'm like, I don't see them as black American. I don't know what black American. I just see it as an African that lives in America, or because we understand how certain things happen here during the slave trade, that most of our people are going to be dispersed all over the world. So when I see somebody that is black, I don't consider them as American or African or sorry, France or European. I just call them my sister or my brother. I don't even understand why we're even having this conversation, because we have those Afrocentric features, the wide lips, the thick mouth. Even when you see people that are from how will I say it? My time is up. Maybe next time we'll continue about that.
Thank you, Valentina. All right,
Okay,
so
so with what Jay Marie said before, I don't know if it's on. So what Jay Marie said before about the founding fathers, what I was referring to were the people who came right before you. So the black people, the African Americans who existed in the 1970s and the 1980s and before then. I was not talking about a white person in the comments. So that's what you misunderstood. Because if you think about it, your ancestors who came on slave ships, who came to America, right? They had strong, distinct features, but due to the environment and other things that happen in America, right? Clearly, every African-American person does not have strong, distinct African features, and that's the fact of it. Y'all can disagree and say, "Oh, that's not true. That's not true," but it's a fact. It's a fact. You can tell unless if you have been around. Can you extend my time then? Because No,
I'm gonna take it off Showtime in a second, but I have a question. Who did the black people in the 60s and 70s look like?
They look just like you. Well, I don't know if you're mixed. I don't even know, but I can't even see everybody's faces, but Africans know Africans. Africans can tell, oh yeah, I can tell that you have the African bloodline because your features are distinct. There is a thing as looking East African, West African, Northern African. And if you're really familiar, if you're really knowledgeable about specific countries, you can even take it a step further and narrow it down to say, okay, you look Nigerian, you look Ethiopian,
one more thing,
you look Moroccan.
Nana, one more thing. Where am I indigenous to?
You're asking me a question that I've already answered.
Where am I indigenous to?
Majority of your ancestry is African, right?
Yes.
So you're indigenous to Africa, but you're not African.
So why did you say earlier I was indigenous to America?
Because you was not understanding what I was saying. What I was saying was that there are several different subgroups of black people that exist in America. Is my sound on? Okay, I was saying there are several subgroups of black people that live in America. You guys were the first to come to America. So if we were to debate, if anyone was to have a conversation like black people, who would we consider to be quote unquote indigenous? I would say it would be the black Americans. That is what I was saying, but y'all were not understanding that. But that's fine. It's not what I'm saying is not for everyone to understand. That's fine. And back to what Jay Marie was saying.
So why did
she didn't understand what I was saying, but that's.
So why did you say I was indigenous to America?
Black American.
That doesn't make sense.
Or are you half of something like ethnically or what?
No,